I'm about to tell you something that might be the most freeing thing you hear all summer. Let your child be bored, not as a punishment, not because you ran out of ideas, on purpose, intentionally, as a strategy. Because boredom, real unstructured boredom with nothing to fill it in, is one of the most underrated learning tools you'll have access to, and it's completely free. Here's why. The A in the Raise Scholar Framework stands for autonomy over assistance. And what that means at its core is this. Every time we solve something for our children before they've had a real chance to figure it out themselves, we take away a moment of growth. We do this with homework, we do it with conflict between friends, and we do it with time. When a child says, "I'm bored," and we immediately fill that space, whether it's handing them a device, signing them up for another activity, or jumping in with a suggestion, we're solving a problem they were about to solve themselves. We just didn't wait long enough to find out. Remember, every time we fill in the silence before our own kids can, we take away the chance for them to discover what they are truly capable of. Here's what actually happens when a child is bored and you don't rescue them. First comes the complaint. "I'm bored. There's nothing to do." That's the easy part for them. They've outsourced the problem to you. Then comes the discomfort. They don't know what to do with themselves. That discomfort is real. And most parents, because they love their children and discomfort feels like suffering, step right in right there. That's the moment I'm asking you to hold. Because what comes after the discomfort when you don't feel it is creativity, problem solving, self-direction. A child who builds something, invents a game, picks up a book, not because you suggested it, but because their own mind went there. That child, the one who learned to fill in their own time, is building the exact same muscle they need in high school when no one is standing over them, managing their schedule, when they have to decide on their own whether to study or scroll, whether to start the paper tonight or leave it for tomorrow. Self-direction is not a personality trait. It's a practice skill. And summer is where it gets built or where it doesn't. The child who learns to fill in their own time at 8 is the teenager who knows how to manage themselves at 16. That's not an accident. That's a practice skill. Now, I want to be clear about what I'm not saying. I'm not saying neglect your kids. I'm not saying don't plan anything or let the summer be completely unstructured. We talked last week about keeping a learning anchor. That still stands. What I'm saying is after the anchor is done, after the non-negotiables are handled, when your child comes to you with, "I'm bored," try waiting. Give them 10 minutes before you offer anything. See what they come up with first. You might be surprised, and so might they. One more thing. When a child figures out how to occupy themselves, notice it out loud, not with the over-the-top praise, just acknowledgement. You figured that out on your own. That was all you. That moment of being seen builds the evidence they'll come back to the next time they feel stuck. That's the E pillar. Evidence builds confidence and is already at work, even on a Tuesday afternoon in July when nothing academic is happening at all. This week's challenge. The next time your child says, "I'm bored," don't answer them for 10 minutes. Set a quiet timer if you need to. Watch what they do. And if they figured something out on their own, name it. You came up with that yourself. That's a whole challenge. 10 minutes, one sentence. You don't have to fill in every quiet moment this summer. In fact, some of the best parenting you'll do in the next 6 weeks will look like doing nothing at all. Hold the space, let them find their way into it. If you're finding that these Sunday episodes are shifting how you think about your role at home, I want you to know a community is coming where we go a lot deeper than 5 minutes. The Raising Scholars Circle opens in September, a space for parents who want the full how, not just the what. Get on the early access list at raisingscholarspodcast.com so you'll be the first to know when the doors open. I'm Jacquie Langworthy, and I'll see you next Sunday.